You know, I always like to say all apartments are not created equal. So I think in the coastal cities and downtown urban cores, where you've seen a lot of new construction in the last 2 to 4 years, they've become very expensive. But partially it's because of capital flows. The institutional money, the traded REITs are all been buying and competing for the same small pool of very luxury, 24-hour concierge, high amenity properties. So you've seen the prices go up and the cap rates go down. Steadfast buys in the middle part of the United States, and so we have not seen those kind of price escalation. We've seen some, but we haven't seen it like you've seen on the coast, and it's because, again, small quantity of product and a lot of institutional money chasing it.
Prices are high, but that's also a function of what apartment yields are doing compared to other asset classes. Real estate still produces high single digits into double digit yields, and therefore it remains an attractive class compared to bonds and other alternative asset classes.
I think apartment asset prices are reflective of the overall, it's just one asset class in this very, very big, capital markets array. And if you look today at where interest rates are and you look at the bond market, you look at how high the stock market is, I think that apartments are a reasonable, one of the reasons investor capital is coming in the space, it's relatively priced better than those asset classes. So the question is, are apartment prices too high? I would say no relative to other asset classes which are priced a lot higher.
Capital has been coming to the industry. It's been chasing up values. The same apartment property that sold for X 4 years ago is selling for substantially more than X. The same apartment community that you could build for Y 4 years ago is costing a lot more than Y to build. And it's a principal reason for rent growth. Rent's trying to keep up with the asset demand, the asset pricing demand, which is causing returns in the marketplace to be ever lower for the new buyer. So will it continue? I think it'll continue because as an alternative to other bond-like investments, treasuries at 2% or lower, riskier assets in terms of fluctuations of stock market equities, for example, people have seen real estate, certainly apartment real estate, as a lower beta, longer term growth avenue to create long-term value. And many of the families, many of the businesses, many of the REITs and other businesses represented at places like National Multi-Housing Council have learned that it's a long-term business, and it's a long-term business with a trend that generally moves up. So asset values are high, but I think they will go higher.